I am so very close. And I think I'm in a good spot because got the pad right here. Can't have it in there because I got nowhere to put the jack. So we're right here. Second gen's pushed back. Engine's already in. Need some wiring stuff and a ESM link. Or, yeah, ECU link. I always mix the two. But this thing needs some paint. Otherwise, there's a few dents. Needs some paintless dent repair. Paint on the roof. I found some cloth seats at the junkyard. Yeah, I got a little bit of peel right there on the dash. See if I can glue that down a little bit. I got a junkyard master cylinder, new clutch master, new slave cylinder, new clutch, resurfaced flywheel, cleaned up the transmission as well as I could with some kerosene and a little bit of engine degreaser, as well as the intake manifold. Got that degreased too. Over here on this side, everything looks pretty clean. I know the shadows are shitty. Yeah, there we go. It's a little bit light. The shadows suck, but this thing is nice and clean and almost ready to go in. I got the engine bay mostly cleaned off. Wow, you can really see that little bit of rust and dirt there in the center of your screen. Missing a little bit of paint. I got most of the grease and stuff off. It was pretty nasty under here. I need to put a little bit of paint on that booster. A little bit of paint on that bare spot right there in the center. Right there in the center. And then under there from where there was a leaking master cylinder from before I got the car. So I need to get some paint on that bare metal before it rusts. And put the engine in tomorrow after I do some painting. I got all the fluids. I got some cheap oil for the first couple hours of runtime. No hard runtime, just break-in heat cycle. And some good Mobil 1 synthetic to run in it. Everything that I see so far is good. Just a few minor questions in my head. Not really asking anybody, but there's a couple of hoses. I think this one goes there. Pretty sure that one goes there. Yeah, most likely. This one's a heater core hose, obviously. But then there's a couple. There's this nipple here. I don't know where this leads to. There's all the vacuum. I have the 90 Mitsubishi Chrysler book, so I got the vacuum stuff that I can figure out. I am deleting the back bracket with the extender pieces for the vacuum hoses, so I'll need to get some more vacuum line. I got some 1200cc injectors on the way, a boost reference fuel pressure regulator, and a 340 LPH pump. That should support pretty much anything I can throw at this block with the little turbo that I'm going to get at first. My 14B ends up, it had lots of shaft play, so that's going to be a wall hanger. So no 14B. I do have a front mount for this. I already chopped the bumper supports. Yeah, I need to put some paint on it, but I chopped the bumper support so that there's enough room for the intercooler to fit. That was actually kind of a pain. One of the first things I did for this car after I refurbed and inspected the rear diff. Put some paint on it. I'll get a picture of that when I get this thing up, or a short video of that when I get this thing up off the ground. But I don't know. With how clean I made everything on the engine, it kind of pains me to put it in here with a little bit of dirt left, but you're never going to see the little bit that's left. And this motor is probably going to come out again at some point, because I'm either going to shred transmission or transfer case or something. Just anticipate that stuff so that when it happens, you're not all butthurt. Oh yeah, that's one of the things I gotta find. I gotta find the bolts to mount the power steering pump. Found everything else so far. Got the motor mount bolts. And for everybody that doesn't know or doesn't think to look, that other locator pin on the bottom of the transmission on this side, there's a bolt that's supposed to go through the block into the transmission. And a lot of people forget that bolt. And it'll cause what I call the clap. You're putting pressure on this top bolt hole up here down to the bottom pinned hole down there, and there's nothing over here holding nothing on. Clap, 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 clap. We had it happen on that car. Now I know the problem. I know it's not going to happen on my car. We got the 3 big bolts, 2 top, 1 on the bottom, and then that bolt through the block into the transmission. Those are your 4 bolt hole mounts for your bell housing. And then you got your starter. And I'm not exactly sure what these 2 bosses are for. I know that starters, those 2, I'm pretty sure. But what are those 2 for? I didn't pull anything off of there. If there's something that goes there, let me know, guys. I'm a little bit confused on that one. I'm just piecing my stuff together. I wish the intake manifold looked a little better, but everything else on this thing looking pretty clean, except for the back of the transmission. I scrubbed on that with a brush for a long time. Still couldn't get that the rust stains off of the fucking aluminum. Man, whatever. Everything is looking okay. Ready to go in. Oh, I'm so excited. I want to get the NA snout for the throttle body. And then I'm probably going to need a couple intercooler piping pieces and couplers. But other than that, I should be good to go. As soon as I get some other parts in and I get really excited, I'll make another video unboxing parts and showing how far I've gotten with putting the motor in and where I've gotten with vacuum. Alright guys, any input, as always, it's always welcome. I'm not perfect. I can always deal with somebody that has more experience than me giving me an insight. Thank you for your time. I know this is kind of one of my longer ones, but I'm a little bit excited on this, so hopefully it gets better. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe.